Welcome to another video, guys. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 things I really enjoy about my Mustang Ecoboost. But before we get started, I just want to thank everybody that is subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are making the channel what it is today. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, feel free to do so if you like the video and join the daily driven crew. How's that? That being said, let's get into the first thing that I love about my Mustang Ecoboost. First things first has got to be the styling of the S550 platform. When these cars came out in 2015, I love the design, and the 2018s here that had the redesign on the front end, I loved it even more. Now I know in 2018 when that redesign took place, there was a lot of folks that really didn't like it. They preferred the 2015 through 17 version of the car, but I think that's kind of changed now, at least for a lot of us. And I think we can agree it's a pretty good look for the front end of the S550 Mustang. Now even on the Ecoboost platform, you do still get the majority of the same looks that you do with the GT. You have a little bit different front grille, and depending on what package you go with will depend how aggressive the car looks from the lot. But you can see great lines on the car. The front end looks super aggressive, and you got the wide rear hips out back. It just looks super aggressive, and that's definitely the #1 thing I love about the Ecoboost. Now, to go along with that, #2, I'm gonna say is modability. What do I mean by modability? Well, the Mustang platform, there is an endless amount of mods that are supported for this thing. I mean, tons of different brands out there where you can really customize these cars the way you like it and stand out from the crowd. That's probably the coolest part, is that when I go to car shows and I'm looking at other Mustangs, I never see one that's exactly like another, which is awesome to me. You know, we can all kind of express ourselves in different ways with different builds, and you know, that's a pretty cool aspect of the Mustang community, the Mustang support. Modability, guys, tons of mods available. Speaking of mods though, if this is your first time to my channel, I encourage you to look at some of my other videos. It'll go more in depth on the mods that we have on the car right now. But you can see we've done our fair share of exterior mods so far. We got some RTR 20-inch wheels. We got the RTR look-alike front splitter there, or front chin splitter. We got the little fins on there as well. Performance pack spoiler, some other stuff. But really, guys, there's so many things that you can do to make this your own. There's tons of companies out there. So modability, that is definitely my second favorite thing about my Mustang Ecoboost. Now moving on from modability, we're going to #3 now, and that is going to be the ride quality in the S550 Mustang platform here. And it is pretty dang good. Now my car is lowered 1 inch all the way around, and it's running on 20-inch RTR wheels, and the ride quality is still very good. We've taken this car on a few road trips now. If you guys want to check out those videos, I'll post a couple up here. You guys can click on those after this one if you want. But super comfortable, great daily driver, and the interior on these cars as well has come a long way. I know when these came out in 2015, it was a huge jump in kind of the Mustang interior quality, and it's gotten even better since then. So it's pretty impressive. And it makes for a comfortable place to be when you're on road trips, things like that. So yes, I do love how the thing rides. I love how it handles, and this isn't even a performance pack car, guys. This is the standard deal. I'm sure if we had the Magna Ride suspension, we had some other components here, it would be even better. But no, ride quality, definitely a win for the S550 Mustang. All right, now this fourth one, guys, is maybe a little controversial, but I'm gonna say gas mileage. The gas mileage in this Mustang has been pretty dang impressive. Now I know a lot of you are gonna be like, Tyler, we don't buy our Mustangs to get good gas mileage. I bought it to have fun, and I totally agree with you there. But if you're looking for a good daily driver and you want it to look good, perform well, and get good gas mileage, the Ecoboost is something to consider for sure. On a recent trip to Myrtle Beach for Mustang Week, I ended up getting gas mileage in the high 20s. And if I wasn't getting on it so much, I'm sure I could have got into the low 30s with this car. which is pretty amazing for a turbo 4-cylinder Mustang. I mean, you can't beat that. Now guys, the fifth thing going along with the gas mileage has got to be torque. The power that the Ecoboost puts out, which is pretty awesome, guys. Now from the factory, this car is equipped with a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder engine, turbocharged, and that engine's putting out 310 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty dang good for a stock car. A good daily driver, that's more than enough power. That'll even hold its own against some earlier GTs, which is pretty impressive. And what ultimately makes the car so fun, especially if you're taking the car in the mountains, you're autocrossing the car, or you're just having some fun around town, the best thing is the torque. And the torque is put out at a real low RPM. Peak torque hits around 25 to 3,000 RPM in this car, but it does fall off past like 5,500 RPM. So the cool part about that is driving around town, this thing picks up and goes. Now, if you're racing something with a little bit more horsepower, or you're stretching its legs on the freeway, you'll notice that the power kind of dips off as you get past 5,500 RPMs. But the torque is super fun to play around with, and I see why a lot of folks autocross these cars. That being said, if you tune these things, you can get so much more torque out of them and more horsepower as well. I'm in the middle of tuning mine right behind me with PD tuning. I'm on the 4th revision as of now, which I'll have another video coming up on that subject in a little bit. But the torque is way, way better. So it just goes to show that you can make some decent power out of these cars, and you can have a good daily driver while you're at it. But yeah, guys, that is 5 things that I really love about the Ecoboost platform. And if you're considering jumping in to a new Mustang and you're concerned about gas mileage, you're concerned about how practical the vehicle is gonna be, well, honestly, I can say and suggest you should try out the Ecoboost. This thing's kind of the best of both worlds. Now, I'm not gonna say that the GT is not a great option for you, and I've seen some of the guys on the Facebook groups and things like that, you know, get pretty decent gas mileage out of those cars as well. It's all how you drive, guys. If you're really pushing the car at every green light, obviously your gas mileage is gonna suffer. It won't be as practical, but you know, that's with every single car. But for the majority of the time, guys, this car is great, and I really like it. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you have an Ecoboost Mustang? Do you agree with what I've said thus far? If you do own one, and maybe you're thinking about purchasing one, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you there. Also, before I go, maybe you've noticed the Daily Driven shirt. I got one on, guys. I got one on. This is kind of a prototype, but you can see the design I came up with here. The 2Ds are turbochargers, if you haven't put that together yet. But yeah, I'm thinking about offering some shirts for people that are interested. So if you guys, you know, would want something like this, or would want a shirt to support the channel, let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. And maybe I'll get a store set up and we can make something like that happen. So let me know down below. I'll see you guys in the comment section. You guys have a great day. Catch you in the next video. Bye.